Donc, on invite des questions. On a notre entraîneur en chef, Nick Razzaghi. On va commencer dans la salle.
Thank you. Well, Coach, can you maybe tell us a little bit, it's a short week, a big one and you had this week, but it's a short week with the same opponent. How do you keep your squad motivated or ready to come back quick for such a short week and also kind of be different with the same opponent facing the same opponent?
Yeah, well, we've had a lot of short weeks recently with our road trips, so we're getting used to this a little bit. At this point, motivation is from the importance of the game, so I don't think motivation is an issue. Just a question of keeping everyone healthy and fit and ready to go. So I feel that this week we've done a good job of that. I think by today's training session, we felt a lot of energy from the guys. So it's a question of just showing up on Sunday.
Well, so
Go ahead.
So can you tell us maybe because it was a practice today, it was a lot of it was very intense, a lot of excitement, but at the same time there were moments maybe we could just pick up the pace amongst the players. Have you noticed that maybe some of the players are starting to relax a little bit now because they feel like they got that big win, and they need that extra push just to continue going the rest of the season?
Well, technically we didn't win, so I think that's also what keeps us in line is because as well as we've been playing recently, we tied our last two games. So we're still learning how to be a winning team regularly. So we're not at the point that we can relax and say it's all good. We drew 3-3 against Ottawa despite our performance and despite the fact that we knew we're going through, of course, once it was 3-1. So it's a question of continuing to work in the right direction. As a message we've been passing for months now. And even since Vancouver, if we go back to that game when we lost 5-1, it's a question of taking small steps to get better. So we're still going with that mindset every single day, and we're slowly seeing some results.
Thank you, Andy. J'invite des questions en ligne par Zoom. Max, j'ai vu votre main. Donc, comme toujours, si vous pouvez lever votre main et vous présenter avant vos questions. Max?
Salut Nick, c'est Maxime Trouman de Dans les coulisses. J'ai deux petites questions. La première, encore affronter l'Atletico, puis tu sais, vous les voyez souvent, tu viens de les voir en plus, mais là, cette fois-là, c'est en championnat. 6 points d'écart entre les deux équipes. C'est un match que si tu perds, tu es quasiment éliminé, ou en tout cas, c'est tôt pour le dire, mais c'est extrêmement important. C'est une chose le fun d'affronter l'Atletico avec qui on a une rivalité, qu'on a vu dernièrement, qu'on a déjà étudié. C'est-tu cool pour toi de réaffronter la même équipe dans un match aussi important ou au contraire, t'es un peu tanné devant l'Atletico?
Non, j'aime ça. C'est toujours un bon match avec eux et je crois que pour les spectateurs, c'est aussi toujours un match excitant à voir. Toujours plein d'actions offensives des deux équipes, plein de buts normalement. So, c'est un match qui est important, c'est sûr. Après, comme tu as dit, il y a une longue saison qui reste, mais ça reste un match très important. So, on a excité à jouer le match. Mais pour nous, le plus important, c'est pas Ottawa, c'est nous. C'est comment on doit jouer, qu'est-ce qu'on doit faire. So, on est focus sur ça.
Euh, on parlait avec Loïc Quimi sur le terrain après le match à Ottawa, puis il a répété quelque chose que je suis convaincu que tous les joueurs ont, c'est que défensivement, des fois, on a des petites crampes au cerveau, des petites bulles, puis ça fait mal parce que ça paye. Tu sais, faire une erreur en zone 4, c'est une chose, faire une erreur en zone 1 dans ta boîte, c'en est une autre. Comment tu deals avec certaines erreurs? Le dernier match a été Ziadine Abzi, mais c'est pas des erreurs que les gars sont pas capables de faire, c'est des mauvaises prises de décision dans des mauvais endroits sur le terrain. Comment tu deals avec ça comme coach?
Il n'y a pas une seule réponse parce que ça dépend du joueur, ça dépend du contexte, ça dépend de l'équipe. Parce que on peut parler des erreurs, mais aussi parler de la baisse générale. Dans les 10 minutes avant, on peut parler du fait qu'on n'a pas planté les buts qu'on avait la chance de planter. Donc, il faut que les gars doivent comprendre c'est l'ensemble des choses. Et faire un effort dans notre boîte, c'est autant grave que manquer un but ouvert, par exemple. So, c'est une question de mettre en contexte l'importance de prendre ses responsabilités, mais ça commence derrière jusqu'à devant et tout le monde est responsable. So, c'est généralement comme ça qu'on gère la situation et après, c'est à nous de montrer l'exemple sur le terrain parce qu'on peut pas savoir si ça marche ou pas jusqu'à temps qu'on voit le prochain match.
Merci, Max. Quentin, votre main est levée?
Ouais, bonjour Nick, Quentin par ici, scanpilé.ca. Alors d'abord, ton groupe, est-ce qu'il y a des bobos, il y a des blessures, il y a des suspensions, il y a des indisponibilités ou tout est beau?
Voilà, tout est bon.
Tout est beau, cool. Alors tu as parlé un peu de la motivation, justement, bah, on a compris que on était à un moment où il n'y en avait plus besoin, mais au contraire, est-ce que peut-être, tu sais, il y a une rivalité qui se crée, c'est un match important, on en a parlé, etc. Il y a il y a des statistiques individuelles aussi, des situations individuelles voilà, qui peuvent stimuler les joueurs. Mais au contraire, est-ce que tu as besoin de peut-être aussi calmer un certain enthousiasme parfois dans ton équipe, un peu l'excès inverse?
À date, on est quand même assez stable dans la direction, dans le sens qu'on travaille vers quelque chose de meilleur à chaque jour. On garde la même approche pour ce match. Je continue à grandir. Les trucs individuels, c'est moins important. On joue bien en équipe. Et les moments individuels, les résultats individuels statistiques vont venir par la suite. Et cette année, c'est les joueurs qui ont les stats, ça vient avec le bon travail. Les buts qu'on marque, plusieurs buts qu'on marque, ça vient avec le travail d'équipe, qu'on presse bien, qu'on défend bien, qu'on s'applique avec le ballon. Et les résultats viennent après. On n'est pas focus sur le résultat en tant que tel, on est focus sur faire le mieux qu'on peut pour avoir ce résultat. Et c'est le même pour les gars qui ont leur succès individuel.
Mhm. Alors, l'Atlético, c'est une équipe que vous connaissez bien. Qu'est-ce que tu as appris quand même de plus éventuellement sur le dernier match en championnat canadien sur cet adversaire?
J'aurais pas dit que j'ai appris, mais ça a réaffirmé le fait que c'est une équipe qui sait comment trouver des résultats. Et c'est dans la ligue aussi, ils ont juste perdu un match avec leur nouveau coach. Et ça, déjà, ça en parle de la résilience qu'ils ont. Ça parle du fait qu'ils ont des gars d'expérience qui lâchent pas. Les derniers matchs, j'aurais pu facilement sortir Balou, Aparicio, Florio et tout, et reposer pour un match aujourd'hui. Mais ils ont gardé les gars sur le terrain, malgré le 5-1, et continuer à aller chercher quelque chose. Et à la fin du match, malgré encore une performance dominante de notre part, ils ont pas lâché. Ils ont trouvé une façon de faire un match nul. So, leur caractère de pouvoir rester dans les matchs, gagner des matchs à la fin, c'est plusieurs matchs qui sont en Coupe d'Halifax Pacifique, ils ont fait la même chose. So, ils ont beaucoup de caractère, c'est une carrière de champion. On a vécu ça quand on a perdu 5-3 contre eux aussi. So, il faut respecter énormément la capacité de trouver des gagnants, on va dire. So, ça, j'ai juste vu devant mes yeux que peu importe le coach, c'est dans le sang, ce point-là pour eux.
Mhm. Merci Nick, bon match.
C'est
Adam?
Hey Nick, we're definitely enjoying the rush to the playoffs and how we're kind of shaping up at the midway mark of the season. I'm wondering, I've learned about you and your colleagues over the years that no coach is ever fully satisfied, but when you zoom out a little bit and just look at where the progression of this team has been in relation to where you want to be at the end of the year, would you say you're meeting expectations, exceeding expectations? How do you kind of take stock of where you're at this point in the season?
well, I feel that compared to what we want, we do want more. And yes, and the coaches are probably like that all the time, like you said, like no one's ever happy with anything. But we want more because we believe in ourselves. And I think it's a fair. I think everyone's starting to understand why we want more. We're trying to show slowly what we're able to do, and I feel that the respect we're getting now from outside is starting to show as well, whether it's other coaches and other players, which has been in recent times more prevalent. And of course, even with the media, people are starting to pick up on what we're doing, whether it's the way we play, I think especially that's starting to stick out a bit more. Whereas the quality that we have, I think people saw the potential from the start. But even guys that this week I've had 100 questions about Loic, Remy, and Sean Rea, but that's not news to me. It's just news to the world that, oh, you know what, maybe these guys can do more. So feel that it's very positive in the big picture. It's positive that we're able to come against teams like Cavalry and basically make them look like they can play. And the week before, didn't have all their best players, but this week they had their best players. So I feel that we're showing a lot of positive, and even the way we're moving on the field, the way players are, drifting around, showing what they can do on the ball, the way we're able to interchange on the field. I believe people are starting to notice that. So it's a lot of positive for the soccer, and I believe our brand is also unique. So there is a lot of positive to take out, and we're very proud of that. Now it's a question of backing it up with results, which is the hardest thing to achieve as a team is to win, and we're aware of that. So we're hard on ourselves, even though we understand it takes time, but we do want to win, and we're not going to shy away from that.
You have been certainly comfortable rotating through. Obviously, the structure stays largely the same in your group, but the personnel has been fresh a lot this season. Loic and Ibrahim playing together with the Can Champ match. How did you see them complement each other? I felt like it was a coin flip for man of the match at the end of the game. They were both so excellent.
Yeah, look, they each bring something different to the table. When they play striker, they're two very different types of strikers, even though they can both, they're pretty complete overall. And Luik naturally is a winger, so it wasn't much of a stretch to put him out there and let him do his thing. But this game, I felt that they did really well. They each scored in the first 15 minutes. That's a good sign as well. But they did work off each other, and Conde creates space for Loic, and Loic creates openings for Conde, and I think it was a good fit, and I don't think Ottawa expected that personally. So I feel that also threw them off. And we have a lot of depth on this team. You know, we've seen what we call Ocho, but Omar El Kalkouli playing off the wing. We've seen David Choiniere playing left and right. We've seen Clément Baillat stringing together a series of games. You know, we have a lot of players that can contribute in the front, and it's important that we count on our squad. And such we have 5 games in 16 days coming up, we have no choice.
Thank you, Adam. Olivier, if you can please present yourself and the outlet you're with.
Hi, Coach. How are you?
Did you?
Good, thank you. Kind of similar to Adam's question. Like you said, you've kind of had a lot of attacking options, but I don't think we've seen those four together, at least not in those specific positions that we saw in midweek. Do you see kind of some potential there with Kwame and Choiniere as wide players and maybe players who could earn a more consistent run in those positions?
Yeah, I definitely see the potential. I mean, the match spoke for itself. But like I said, we also have a very deep squad in a lot of games, and it's important to count on the guys. And that's one thing since the beginning of the year that we've done is we've involved a lot of players from the beginning, and it probably did hurt us in some situations in the short term to find some kind of rhythm. And maybe if I had to redo it again, I'd maybe look at things a bit differently. But in the long run, we knew that we wanted to finish the year with a lot of strength and being able to count on a full roster because other teams have, knock on wood, you know, hopefully with the injuries, I hope no one gets injured in any team, but it's important to stay healthy and we're doing a good job of that. So there's a lot of reasons why I want to count on a lot of players, but most importantly is all these guys can play because the game before against Cavalry, it was Clement, it was Ocho, and it was Loic, and we had a great game overall. So it's a question of using the right players at the right times, and they're all comfortable playing together.
Thank
On
you.
that note, Al Kalkouli has kind of caught the eye a little bit in recent weeks as well. What do you kind of think his potential is as a young player coming through, and maybe another example of what you're trying to do here?
Yeah, his progress has been excellent. You know, it's his first year pro, and the growth that he's had physically, the growth that he's had mentally in his day to day is very impressive. And he's one of the hardest workers at training every single time. And for him to now get some starts and right away show what he can do against very good teams, it's just the beginning for him. You know, he's a young kid that, you know, he's 22 years old and first year in the league, and he's already showing something. So him, the potential is enormous, and just a question of keeping his head down and keeping working.
Thank you. Best of luck Sunday.
Thank you.
One last question in the room.
So just outside of the field, I think you know there's a buzz around Montreal right now with the new player, the Sanchez guy. You know, for obviously not going to start this. Can you maybe tell us what was the players' reaction they learned that there's the possibility that at some point maybe they might play against him and go your way, and just in general, what's the feeling about having this expected from Montreal?
Well, for the Supra, keep our head down and try to win the next game. But for Montreal and Quebec as a whole, obviously, we're really happy. You know, we're here to represent Quebec soccer, and whether that's it, Montreal or us, we're thrilled. And Alexis Sanchez is someone we all knew in his prime, maybe playing with Messi and playing with Iniesta and Xavi and succeeding, winning Copa America. So there's not much more success that you can bring to a team than him. And hopefully, he shows us something positive and works for the team because, you know, in Montreal, we have high expectations here. But as long as people give everything, I think everyone will be happy.
I see Max has his hand up. I'll allow this last question to him.
Nothing else to do, so.
Merci. Nick, peux-tu juste me dire un petit peu sur Oussama Bouganmi qui était dans les estrades à Ottawa? Est-ce qu'il est, tu sais, tu as dit tantôt qu'il n'y avait pas de bobo, mais il est en parfaite santé. C'était une décision du coach. Il va être là ce week-end. Qu'est-ce qui se passe avec lui?
Ouais, c'est ça. Parfois, il va juste juger situation par situation, mais Oussama, il va être prêt pour le week-end. Il va être là et prêt à contribuer à l'équipe.
Merci.
So we'll get David and we'll be right back. Alors, on a David Choiniere, le capitaine de FC Supra, avec nous aujourd'hui. On va commencer avec des questions dans la salle, puis ensuite en ligne. Comme toujours, as always, if you can present yourself, your outlet, that would be appreciated. Andy?
Yes, thank you for allowing me. David, can you maybe tell us, it's been a hectic game to Quebec as well. Can you tell us how you kind of keep, you know, you're facing the same opponent in such a short span of time. How do you continue maybe improvising as a player and, continue to bring a different game every time when it's this short of a window?
Yeah, I think you're trying to adapt as much as you can, improvise, like you said, but also focus on yourself and still keep doing what works and try to adjust to three things that might work even better. It's just a little tweak in and there, but I think it's just the main focus is ourselves, and if we do that, I think we're in a good position to get a result.
I'll ask the same question that I asked Coach because there's my colleagues to do the rest of the questioning, but there's a lot of hype right now in Montreal with Alexis Sanchez joining CF Montreal, and you as a super might have the possibility to maybe play against him. How does that maybe reflect in the locker room and you maybe having, I don't know if you've seen him play when you were younger or not. How do you react to those kind of news?
Yeah, he's a big name. I think it's great that he's coming to Montreal, but the reality is we need to get to the final to play them, and they also need to win their semifinal. So before talking about if we're going to play him or not, I think we still have a job to do, which is to win the semifinal against Forge. It's a difficult task, but we're up to it. And after that, I think ask me the question again, and I'll give you a different answer.
Sandy. Max?
Salut David, ça va?
Très bien.
Yes. Tu vois ça comme un match que tu peux pas perdre parce que c'est un 4 contre 5 pour la quatrième place en série. 6 points d'écart. Si vous gagnez, on se rapproche, on y croit. Les séries sont encore là. Si on perd, on se retrouve à 9 points d'une place en série. Ben, non, parce que Vancouver est là, mais tu comprends ce que je veux dire. C'est un match que tu peux pas perdre de mes yeux à moi. Le voyez-vous comme ça, vous autres aussi?
Ouais, c'est un match à 6 points. C'est un gros match pour le classement. Si on regarde strictement le classement, ben, c'est nos rivales directs. Donc, c'est 6 points sur la ligne, puis il faut tout faire pour les prendre.
Dernière question. J'ai l'impression, quand j'étais à Ottawa, je te regardais jouer là. J'ai l'impression que jouer avec Choiniere, jouer avec Loïc Quemi, jouer avec le système de Nick Razzaghi, jouer dans ce schéma tactique-là, te permet de tester plus de 1v1 ou en tout cas d'essayer plus de choses que quand tu joues avec le Forge. Est-ce que c'est moi qui vois mal ou ce schéma-là, ce système-là te permet de essayer de t'amuser encore plus, de créer encore plus parce qu'à côté de toi, les gens créent puis le coach il encourage ça?
Exactement. Ben, c'est un système de jeu extrêmement différent de ce que j'ai vécu 7 ans à Forge. On joue un foot qui est on est beaucoup dans l'improvisation, puis adaptation un par rapport à les autres, jouer avec nos forces, puis surtout de créer des chances. Donc, jouer avec des joueurs comme ça qui se créent des actions tout seuls, qui permettent de, de courir avec la balle, de jouer des joueurs, puis moi par rapport à eux, trouver des bonnes courses, faire la même chose. Donc, on est beaucoup dans l'improvisation, donc c'est de continuer à continuer à se connaître, puis travailler sur comment on peut être encore plus dangereux parce que on se crée beaucoup de chances, mais on peut encore mieux faire.
Merci.
Merci, Max. Adam?
Hey, Dev, nice to see you. We're at the point of the season, the point of the summer where it's very much dog days and a grind, knowing that you're just past that halfway mark and there's still a lot of football to be played. I know this is a team full of a lot of experienced players and very talented coaches, but I'm wondering how you and Abu Sissoko and some of the others with the more CPL experience are helping the younger guys or the guys new to the CPL sort of manage this month and into September, where it can be a grind to get yourself to the airport and traveling as much as you are with the weather.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think further than that. I just think about the day to day. I think it's your focus on the day to day, and you try to make everything sure to improve the team on a day to day. Focus on one game at a time. It's gonna be a grind. I think we're in the standing also where we can't lose too many points. So it's gonna be a grind, but I think this team is really resilient, and we have a lot of quality. And I think we're also getting better, and we're We're in a stretch where I think we're doing really well as a team and we're showing a lot of potential. And it's up to us to capitalize on our chance to qualify for playoff.
A question that I had asked Nick as well. I'm curious your take on it. There's no doubt that the structure largely remains the same for Supra, but who is in any particular position on any given day changes a little bit. But that attacking group we saw in the Can Champ with you playing out the right and Ibrahim at the 9 and Loic on the left. How did you find that particular combination on the day as something that we could potentially see more of depending on what the match calls for?
Yeah, I think the first 45 minutes were great. I think we created so many chances. We were dangerous on the left, in the middle, on the right. I think I think it was a fun football also to watch and to play at the same time. So hopefully we can see that more. And it's up to the coach.
Thanks, Adam. I'm going to go ahead. Oliver, go ahead.
Oliver, Part One Soccer. Hi, Davids. Just one from me. Obviously, we saw you more as a right-sided player with Forge, and it's been a little more on the left this year since you joined Supra. Do you have a preference, or are you happy on either side?
No, I can play both. I don't really have a preference. No, it's the coach's decision to play me on the left and the right. He knows I'm comfortable with both of them. So we'll see what's next.
Thank you. Best of luck Sunday.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions? Last question, Andy.
Yes. So David, I just want to kind of talk about your one of the how do you best prepare your teammates to get ready to face? You've been on that other side, and you know that the Canadian Championship Board so raising their level. How do you best advise them or prepare them mentally to not relax and just take it to another level to best match up against a team like Force?
Good question. I think it's just focus on yourself. Don't get distracted with what people are saying, or if the moment is too big. It's just focus on what we have to do during those 90 minutes. That's the most important thing. After, before, it's just the moment that counts, and we need to be on when it's time. And if we can do that with the quality that we have on this team, I think we're in a great position to accomplish something that on the first year for the team can be magic.
Thank you, everybody.
Merci tout le monde.